Hey there, Mandy. How's it going? This is Courtney, and in this video, I'm going to go over 3 things that you can do to help more pet owners or cat owners actually find your business when they're looking online. And the reason why I'm doing this is because business owners are way too busy running their business, and most of them just don't have the time to figure out all that internet stuff. And honestly, a lot of business owners also just don't know who's an expert when it comes to this kind of thing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to show you 3 real things you can do that you can actually use, which are content, citations, and backlinks. And if you like what you see and you want to, chat after and move forward, that's sweet. We can just talk about it and go from there. All right, so let's jump in. So first thing that I'd like to go over with you is content. And what do I mean by content? Content revolves around your website's content, right? And more like what I further mean by that is that your website needs to be able to have enough words on it. And I know that sounds simple, but let me explain. So when people search for what you do, Google has to figure out which business to show them. And one way it does this is by reading what's on your homepage. If there's only a couple of sentences, then Google's basically like, I'm not really sure what this business does. And right now your site is sitting at 132 words. I went ahead and I did the same thing to the top competitor for Mobile Vet in Fairfax, which is where your website, is where your website is based in at Fairfax. So Mobile Vet, these guys are sitting at a little over 1,000 words. This is very beatable, by the way. Just wanted to let you know that they just put in a little bit more work for their content on their homepage, and to give you more ideas of what I mean. So you don't just want to have any content on there, right? You want to have in this content, you want to have what are known as keywords. And keywords, if you're not familiar, they are words or phrases that people search up every day, and you can miss out on a lot of pet owners by not having those keywords on your website, and by also not having them properly placed. So just to give you an idea of what I mean, so everything that you see highlighted, including photos, anything, logos, icons, this is what Google looks at when they scan your site. So, photos, let's see right now. Let's see. Okay. All right. So this photo right here isn't optimized. It doesn't have like the correct proper keywords on there. So that's something you'd want to have for all of the images and icons. And now you're probably wondering, I don't know what you mean. And that's completely fine. I'm going to go further in depth. So this over here is this is SEMrush. This is a tool that gives me behind the scene details on things that Google looks at when it comes to ranking a site. I came over here just to look at a couple of things, one of them being your keywords. And I know that you just published your site, so obviously it makes sense that you're not going to be ranking for any keywords at the moment. So that is completely fine. I'm now going to show you your top competitor again. I'm going to show you what it looks like when you start to rank for keywords. So over here, so these guys are ranking for 177 keywords, and we're just going to look at the basics. So for keywords, for a local business, you want to be mindful of the type of keywords you have, right? So this one right here is really good. This one's pretty good. So you want to, so I don't see it up here, but we can take a look. We can take a little further deep. We can go deeper down the rabbit hole for this one. All right. Just gonna wait for it to load, just to give you some more examples of keywords. All right, so here are some more examples. Mobile Vet Fairfax. All right, so these are some types of keywords that you will want to have on your website, because this is exactly what people are searching up. For example, there are 40 people searching up each month of Mobile Vet Fairfax, just to give you an idea. So just imagine, because there are 40 people, you want to make sure you have that type of keyword. So this is an example of what I mean. And a good keyword is something that's like basically what you do, which is your mobile vet, and your location, Fairfax, or whichever location you decide to choose. And you want to not focus too heavily on keywords with just your business name, because not everybody's going to know your business name, right? So you don't want to only be found because of that. So you want to be able to have keywords that are geared towards new pet owners, which are these, all right? And what I'm actually going to do now is I am going to take a keyword and I'm just going to place it into Google. So mobile vet, just, pretend that you're a person looking this up, mobile vet, Fairfax, VA. And this is going to go into the second and third thing I'd like to go over with you. The second thing being citations. And what a citation is and why it's important. I will get into that very, very shortly. But first I'd like to go, it's actually related to this section right here. We talked about this a little bit briefly, but this over here, this entire section is called the Map Pack, or the Google Maps section. This is where Google basically verifies and gives relevance to your business. It displays your business's name, address, and phone number. And the goal is you want to get into the top 3 results, because this is where people click. And you probably wonder, how the heck do I get up there? And how you get up there, it's pretty simple. There are tools. There you go. So you want to make sure you have your business name, address, and phone number. You want to have this distributed across hundreds of directories, right? So BBB, Yelp, City Star, Facebook, and many, many more, right? And then the goal is you want to have more than your competitors. And the reason why is because the more you have, then that gives Google more trust in your business, which will allow them to push you above your competition in the Map Pack, all right? And so you don't just want to so you do want to have more to them. And how to actually go about doing it is there are tools out there that allow us to take a look at what citations. That is what these are called, by the way. When you put your name, business, and address across these directories, these are called citations. And these tools let us see that, so that we can go get those exact same citations for your business. However, you don't just want to match your competitors. You want to dominate them. So whatever your competitor has in citations, you want to double that, right? You want to get 50 to 100 more, because you want it to take a very long time for them to catch up, okay? All right. And then the reason why the top 3 is because this is where people tend to click. The higher you are, the more clicks you get. All right, now this is going to go into the last section I like to go about, and that is getting other sites to link to you, which, in other words, for those are acquiring backlinks, And so one of them is actually up here. So this is actually the first one. So you want to be at the top of this list, the top 3. And again, same reason as citations. The higher you are, the more people, the more clicks you get. And the thing is, you want to get up the top because you want Google to see you as the authority. Basically, it's just someone who just knows their stuff, right? And how you get authority, is by acquiring backlinks. Which is just getting other websites to link back to you guys. So think of it like this. So if a local blog talking about dog care links to you, then you want those type of links linking to you, because that's what's going to give you authority. And you don't just want any backlinks going to you guys, because not all backlinks are created equal. Okay, so which is why I say if you get a local blog about dog hair or stuff like that, you want to get linking back to, because that will be a lot more effective than, say for instance, if you're getting a bakery or, a Pizza Hut, right? Linking to you because you don't sell food. So you want to make sure your backlinks are relevant and related to your business, so that's a lot more helpful for you. All right. And going back over here to SEMrush, this actually gives a look at backlinks. And as you can see, you're sitting at 63 at the moment. We're going to take a look at your top competitor. These guys are sitting at 73 at the moment. And just so that you know that this is also everything that I'm showing you, this is things that are very beatable, by the way. It just takes some time. It may take some time to do it, but these are all things that are possible to dominate your competitor with. And how to actually go about getting backlinks is actually kind of similar to citations. So with tools like SEMrush, this allows us to take a look at what backlinks are being sent to your competitor, and then we go get those exact same backlinks for you guys. All right. So then that's actually the last thing I wanted to go over with you. By the way, I forgot to mention this, but I love your logo. Just wanted to say that. So in closing, just to recap, we went over content. Excuse me. You want to get around 1,500 words on your homepage. That is the preferred from Google, to have at least 1,500 words. So this makes it easy for Google and, people find you guys to understand your business. Second thing is you want citations. You want to get your business name, address, and phone number listed on, hundreds of directories, 200 to 300. This beats out your competition by a long slide, right? And backlinks. You want to get other relevant sites to link to you, so Google sees you as the go-to in your area. You do these two things and you're going to be way ahead of most of your competition, right? And so now that I'm done with that, these are three things that you can do. And now with this information, you can totally take this info and you can do this yourself. But if you want to skip the learning curve and just want to have someone handle it who's done it a bunch of times, just send me a text. You have my number, 218-517-5513. Either way, I really, really hope you enjoyed this and that it was helpful, and have a great day. Bye.